You'll know this message is for you if you've healed a lot but still struggle with doubt and uncertainty. When we begin to awaken to how our wounds and patterns are creating an undesired reality, we step into this void where we recognize this but haven't fully anchored into a new life or a new paradigm. This process of shifting can be slow, it can last for years, but we need to understand how this makes us very unpredictable. Before, when we were completely acting based off of wounds and patterns, we were pretty predictable. Spirit, for the most part, could tell what direction we would go. When we fully anchor into a new way of being, we are also fairly predictable. But when we're in this in-between space, we're kind of shifty. We can switch back and forth between two different emotional states. In order to guide us through this space, Spirit can determine potential paths, each holding a different percentage of possibility, based on our current emotional state and current perspectives on what's happening in our lives. When we're in the void, there can be a 70% chance we will take a certain path based on where we currently are mentally and emotionally. Maybe this is the higher path that Spirit is trying to help us get on, but then because we haven't fully anchored in, something can easily come in and disrupt our mental and emotional state and pull us into a lower path that maybe there was only a 25% chance of us taking. Or maybe the two different paths have a similar likelihood and we could potentially go down either one. What Spirit is trying to do is help us tip the scales fully over to choosing the higher path and fully anchor into a new way of being so that we can't be pulled back into a lower timeline. When we are guided by Spirit, Spirit is trying to constantly make little tweaks to our current perspectives. They know where we're not aligned mentally and emotionally, and where that misalignment is going to impact our choices. So if they can help our perspectives become more aligned, they can help us make better choices. How they do this is by, one, changing our perspectives on other people who are impacting us so that we can understand why they are who they are and why they do what they do, so we no longer view them as having so much power over us. Or maybe there's someone they're trying to show us that we can and should trust. Two, they try to give us different perspectives on situations to show us where our current perspectives and beliefs are blocking us from feeling a sense of power to create change in our lives. Three, they try to encourage us through showing us what's on the other side of choosing a new path to give us hope. And four, they give us synchronicities and confirmations to help us trust the guidance and trust the new path. Spirit is trying to assist in making tweaks to our inner compass so that we will choose empowerment, trust, hope, and faith and get ourselves on the higher path. They don't tell us exactly what to do unless they're confirming what we're already thinking, because we're meant to rely on our inner compass instead of some force outside of us. They give us the best course of action by giving us a more empowered perspective, not by telling us what to do. This is actually much more effective and creates lasting change that we can use to create a better future. We all desire sometimes to be told exactly what to do and exactly how the future will unfold, but Spirit and our souls desire for true healing, true recognition, and true integration to occur. When we are told anything predictive, we have to understand that it's based on the highest percentage timeline at that moment, but that can change based on our free will choices or the free will choices of others. Often, information about the future is for the sake of giving us hope so that we will choose the highest path, but we always have free will not to. Finding a perspective that is aligned with our own divine will is always what will give us the ability to navigate any situation.